Alright everyone, so welcome to our first paint night. So to start off the night, I kind of want to do an introduction of myself and then an introduction of everyone else as well. And then just an outlook at kind of how the night's going to go and what the activity is going to kind of consist of. So first of all, my name's Lindsay. I'm going to be your instructor for the night. So this is an hour-and-a-half session. Like I said, we're going to start with an explanation. I'm going to give you a demo of what we're kind of going to draw today. So our goal is a flower, really simple, but can be fun with different colors and different mixtures. If you ever have any questions throughout the class, I want you to just call out to me, let me know, and I will do my best. So during class, I will be here with my canvas, where I will also be drawing what you guys are drawing, so we can kind of work together and walk you through everything. So I'm just going to give a quick outline based off of what the night's going to look like. So to start off, like I said, introduction, explanation of what we will be doing, and I just want to take a quick inventory to make sure everybody has the supplies they need. Just make sure you got your paint. You should have 16 different colors. You should have 2 paint brushes. You should have 1 lovely canvas, and then you should be good to go. So personally, recommendation for me, I also like to have a pencil. I like to start my canvas off with a pencil so that if I mess up, I can erase it and try again, and then I have kind of a stencil outline to follow with my paint. That way, if, like I said, I mess up, I can erase it, redo it, and my paint's not on the canvas yet, so I'm good to go still. Easy, right? Okay, so roughly around the 6:45 point is where I'm hoping to get everybody really moving and getting us started on their paintings. So at that time, your painting will begin. If you have questions, bring them up to me. Like I said, I will be up here doing my thing as well. I want everybody to feel they can socialize. I want it to be fun. We want to laugh, have a good time, right? So around 7:15 will be our halfway point. So at that point, I kind of want to give everybody a chance to kind of see how we've progressed, where we're coming. So we'll kind of just see how everybody's looking. If there's questions that you have at that specific time or a technique you kind of want to know. So like, how can I make this line longer? How can I make these colors lighter, darker? How can I blend colors together? Questions like that, okay? So that time, like I said, we'll just talk to the instructor, which is me, talk to everybody else, and we'll work it out. So then at the 7:45 point, that's going to be our wrap-up time. So basically, I want the grand reveal. I want to see everybody's painting, final product, and again, no rush. If you're not done at that time, it's fine. The best part about this course, you're at home, so you can continue on your own time. You have all the supplies, so it's not a rush at all. I want everybody to really take their time, okay? So at this time, I would just like to take a minute or two, go around the room, introduce yourselves, and just let me know what brought you to the program. At this time, probably take about 1.5 to 2 minutes just to kind of get everybody introduced, depending on how many registrants we have in the course. So once the introduction process is done, I'm going to continue on to teach the course and starting at the canvas. So back to my teaching. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm going to start with my pencil. Okay, goal is to make a flower. So you can kind of choose what kind of flower you want to make. I like to make long marks and just really draw it out so I can add more to it if I want. You could even have a background. So I'll just do a quick flower for you guys to kind of see. So this is just a rough kind of look at what my flower is going to look like. So I'll kind of try to zoom in on it a bit so you can see the pencil outlinings. So again, don't stress out if it looks really rough. This is just your outline so you kind of have an idea of where you want to go from here. So in advance, I kind of already pre-mixed my color. So I made a nice little pinky. So my main goal is right now, I actually want a darker center And then I want to fan out into a lighter kind of tip. So I'm going to take my brush, do my first petal. And really with the canvases, you don't need much paint. So like I said, I'm trying to do kind of a fanning effect. So that's why right now I'm only painting the circle area. And again, don't be discouraged throughout the night if it doesn't look exactly like you planned right from the beginning. It's a process, and with every added color, it'll get a little better. So now I kind of have my centerpiece. So you're starting to kind of look at it. So you can see, center is kind of like that pink color. So now to continue and add on, I'm actually going to pull out my black. And I'm just going to use a little dab. Like I said, I need such a small amount of pink paint. I will just show everybody. So I just made the smallest amount of pink paint right here. And I still have tons left for the rest of the flower if I want. So, I'm going to pull out my black. Now this is why we did give you 2 paint brushes. So still have some water nearby so you can wash it in a paper towel for when you want to switch colors, because I'm sure you're going to use more than 2. But this is why we give you 2, so that you can switch up without having to wait too long. So I'm just going to take my black now, I'm going to dab it, and I'm going to kind of look for that center point. And you can just kind of make your center point as much as you like. So now you see I kind of have a center portion to my flower. So we're just taking baby steps. So my next goal is, because like I said, I want to fan it out and make it lighter. So I'm actually going to take my white again. I'm going to add a bit more white to the pink that I already had going. There we go. And I'm just going to mix that in a bit. And at this point, feel free if you want to tag along and continue doing it with me, or if you want to do your own design of a flower, it's completely up to you. So now we're going to take my lighter pink, make sure that my brush is all coated in the lighter one now, and I'm just going to add a bit more definition. So my goal is to kind of fade it in. And again, don't panic if it looks a little rough in the beginning. It is all practice. So like I said, a little bit of paint goes a long way with this. It's really great. And the best part about this is, if you want to be even fancier, you can color the background too. So you can start with your flower, finish your flower up, and then when you're ready, you can add a whole background to it. So you can choose to make it more of a nature background, where you kind of want it to look like an actual grass field, or you can make it a nice blue sky, where you just look at a nice blue sky with it, and then you kind of see the floor where the flower pops out. It is really whichever you would like to do. And like I said before, if you have questions, just shout them out. Let me know. If you want to know how to do something, you're not sure what to do, shout it out. Let me know and I'll give you some advice. I can show you on my canvas. I'm not worried about ruining my flowers, so if there's a certain type of stroke that you want to learn, or you're having trouble with your blending and you just want to know how you can do a better job, that is what I am here for. So again, now we're starting to see the definition of a different color. This is kind of starting to pop a bit more, look like more of a color. So, actually gonna pull out the lighter pink on some of these a bit more. And like I showed you earlier, so we just remember that I had such a small amount and I'm still going with my paint. Still have some left over, which is really just great. All right, so for my last little bit, like I said, I want to lighten it up just a little bit more. So I'm gonna take one more little dab of white. Don't need much because I'm already pretty light now. There we go. And just a little bit of mixing again. Pulling my pink in there. And now my plan is to just kind of finish it off. And if you end up out of your lines, don't worry about it. The nice part about painting is you can just add things, you can fix it up. It's kind of what you want it to look like. Here we go. So now we're starting to look like a flower. It's not too bad. And now this is the part where you can kind of just add colors. So depending on what you want your stem to be, obviously you can stick with the traditional green, or you can make it any color you want. I'm gonna go for a bright green.